Have you ever wondered what it's really like to meet one of the world's biggest stars only to discover he's kinder, humbler, and more genuine than anyone could imagine? What if the world-famous Kim Taehyung, better known as V of BTS, turned out to be not just a global icon, but someone who treats every fan like an old friend? Read until the end. His real-life acts of kindness will leave you speechless. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more heartwarming stories about your favorite idols. What if fame didn't change you? What if, despite the billions of streams, flashing cameras, and the weight of global adoration, you remain just as warm, grounded, and approachable as you were before the world knew your name? For Kim Taehyung V from BTS, that's not a what if, it's who he is. Behind the dazzling stage lights and Vogue magazine covers lies a man whose humility and kindness have touched countless lives in ways that rarely make headlines. But among those who've met him, stories of Taehyung's genuine warmth are whispered, cherished, and retold like precious memories. It starts with the question every fan has secretly wondered: who is Taehyung when the cameras stop rolling? Is he the same charming, soulful figure who captivates millions with his deep voice and piercing gaze? Or is there another side, quieter, simpler, perhaps even more beautiful, that the world doesn't always get to see? What follows are true moments, gathered from those lucky enough to have crossed paths with him, revealing a man who lives not as a superstar, but as someone whose heart remains startlingly pure. There's a story that fans in Seoul still talk about. One cold winter evening, long before the headlines screamed his name across the globe, Taehyung was spotted waiting at a small street food stall. No entourage, no security detail, just him, hands tucked into his coat pockets, ordering tteokbokki like any other local. When the vendor realized who he was, she froze in shock. "Aren't you?" she began, but Taehyung only smiled that soft, familiar smile and said, "Yes, but tonight I'm just hungry." He chatted casually, asking about her day, complimenting her cooking, and laughing like an old friend. When he left, he thanked her sincerely and paid extra, telling her to keep warm and safe that night. She later shared that it wasn't his fame that struck her, it was how he made her feel seen. This same warmth has echoed through countless fan accounts over the years. One fan, a university student, shared how she unexpectedly met him at an art exhibition in Seoul. She hesitated, unsure whether to approach him. Before she could decide, Taehyung noticed her shy gaze and gave a small nod and smile. Not the kind of celebrity smile meant for cameras, but one that said, "It's okay, I see you," gathering courage. She told him she admired his work and thanked him for inspiring her to pursue photography. Instead of simply nodding, Taehyung asked her questions about her favorite artists, what kind of photos she liked to take, and even offered gentle encouragement. "Keep creating what feels honest. That's what lasts," she said later. That his words stayed with her longer than any autograph could have. What surprises people most isn't just how approachable he is, it's how he listens. In a world where fame often builds walls, Taehyung breaks them down effortlessly. Another touching encounter took place at an airport, where a fan nervously approached him to give him a letter. Security was rushing, fans were shouting, and chaos buzzed all around, yet Taehyung paused. He took the letter with both hands, bowed slightly, and said, "Thank you so much. Please take care of yourself." It was only a few seconds, but for that fan, it was everything. Later, she shared on social media that in that moment, she didn't feel like one face in a crowd, she felt like the only one there. These stories might sound small, even ordinary, but in the world of superstardom, where every move is choreographed and every smile can be rehearsed, these unfiltered moments speak volumes. They show a man whose charm doesn't come from his fame, but from his authenticity. A man who, despite being one of the most recognizable faces in the world, still greets the world with curiosity and grace. Many fans also recall moments during BTS concerts that highlight Taehyung's gentle spirit. When fans would faint or cry in the crowd, cameras have caught him signaling staff for help, his face etched with worrying. During fan meetings, he has been known to compliment fans sincerely, not in scripted words, but with genuine appreciation for their individuality. "You have a beautiful smile," he once told a fan who had been self-conscious about her braces. "Don't hide it. Smiles like yours make the world better," she cried. Not from excitement, but from feeling understood. Even among his bandmates, his humility shines quietly. RM once mentioned in an interview that Taehyung often spends his free time writing letters or sending heartfelt messages to the group chat. He reminds us to slow down, RM said. He'll text things like, "Let's all take a walk together sometime." Soon, in an industry obsessed with constant motion, Taehyung's groundedness becomes a lifeline, a gentle reminder of what truly matters. But perhaps the most emotional story comes from an encounter that few people know about. A small charity in Daegu, Taehyung's hometown, shared that he anonymously donated to support children's education. When news of the donation quietly surfaced, fans pieced it together only because of the handwriting on a thank you note said to the organization. When asked about it later, Taehyung brushed it off humbly, saying, "I just wanted to help where I could. I was one of those kids." Once, that one sentence carried a lifetime of meaning, a glimpse into a boy who never forgot where he came from. The simplicity of his life, despite his massive fame, continues to astonish people. He's often spotted at quiet cafes, walking his dog Yeontan, or attending art exhibits alone. Fans sometimes share candid moments of seeing him on the streets, blending in with ordinary citizens. "He looks so peaceful," one fan tweeted, "like someone who truly enjoys being alive, not just being famous." That quiet authenticity, the refusal to be consumed by fame, has become his most inspiring trait. Taehyung's kindness doesn't stop at fans or colleagues, it extends to everyone around him. Crew members, photographers, stylists, and staff often speak of how he remembers their names, thanks them sincerely, and even cracks jokes to lighten the mood during long hours. One staff member from a music video shoot once revealed, "He noticed I looked tired and handed me a bottle of water, saying, 'You've been working so hard today.' It sounds small, but it meant a lot. Most stars don't notice, but he does." For Taehyung, humanity isn't something he performs, it's something he lives. His interactions show that you don't need to be grand to be kind, and you don't need to announce goodness to make it real. That's why so many fans say loving him has changed them. Many have written letters and posts describing how his humility inspires them to be gentler with others, to be more patient, and to find joy in simple things. "He makes me want to be better," one fan confessed in a heartfelt online post. "Not because he tells us to, but because he shows us how." And perhaps that's the quiet magic of Kim Taehyung. He doesn't lecture. He doesn't demand attention. He radiates calm sincerity that draws people in naturally. Even when he speaks, it's often in poetic simplicity. "I like people who are honest with their emotions," he once said during an interview. "Even if they're sad or angry, that's real. And real things are beautiful." Those words, echoing in countless hearts, feel like a promise that in a world chasing perfection, being real is enough. Fans who've followed him for years often say he hasn't changed since debut. From his rookie days to becoming a global icon, he still carries the same curiosity and wonder. He still takes photos of sunsets, still hums softly to himself, still smiles at strangers. When asked how he stays grounded, he simply said, "I remind myself to be thankful. Fame is like wind, it comes and goes. But kindness stays." That single statement, calm and wise, captures why so many see him not just as a celebrity, but as someone they deeply respect. So, what makes Taehyung's story so moving? It's not about the glamorous moments, the red carpets, awards, or chart-topping hits. It's about the small, human gestures that reveal a heart untouched by arrogance. It's about the boy from Daegu, who grew up to become an international icon yet still bows to grandmothers on the street, still thanks fans personally, still believes in sincerity over spectacle. And maybe that's the secret to why people love him so deeply. Because beneath the fame, there's something rare, a soul that hasn't forgotten the beauty of simplicity. He reminds the world that kindness never goes out of style, and that humility, even in the brightest spotlight, is the truest form of strength. So, the next time you see his name trending, ask yourself, what makes someone truly unforgettable? Is it their fame, their talent, their looks, or the quiet way they make others feel special, even for a moment? For those who've met Kim Taehyung, the answer is clear. He's not just an idol, he's a reminder that in a world often blinded by glamour, The simplest hearts still shine the brightest. And now, dear reader, what do you think? Have you ever met someone who surprised you with their kindness? Have you ever felt seen by a stranger who didn't have to care, but did anyway? Share your thoughts below. We'd love to hear your own stories of everyday grace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more inspiring tales that remind us of what truly matters in a world that sometimes forgets. Genuine hearts, like taehyung's, are what make humanity beautiful.